Teresita Fay was my freshman composition teacher at Loyola Marymount University in Los Angeles. And I was a very average student and a very average writer. She was a thin, very dignified nun. She wore kind of looked like, to me, sort of expensive suits, and she had long brown hair kind of piled up on top of her head. Just not the picture of the average nun. She helped me really improve my writing during that freshman year. And I was glad to get out of there, I think probably with just a B or a C. But my junior year as an English major, I had her again for modern American poetry. And I was determined to prove to her that I was not the knucklehead she had taught as a freshman, that I had grown and learned since then. So I loved the class, was very involved, very engaged in it. And we had an oral final. And the oral final I studied like mad for. Went to her office, sat down. She asked me several questions. I felt like I was rolling right along. And all of a sudden she kind of leaned back and she said, "And how have these poems helped you live better?" Now that was a question I was not prepared for. And I don't know what I said. I stumbled through it somehow. But I have asked, in a 32-year career of teaching, I've asked that question in one shape or another to all of my classes. How has this literature, these poems, these short stories, this novel, how has it helped you live better? She taught me the deep and intimate connection between literature and living, and that we can discover, whether it's in characters or in the beauty of a poem or the insight under a short story. She taught me that there are connections there. There are ways that I can improve the quality of my life and the quality of the lives of those around me, maybe even the quality of my community, maybe even my country, maybe even my world if I want to get big-headed. And I will never forget her for that. And I will always be grateful to her for that. I reached out to her a few years ago and we were able to connect when I had, I think, my second book published. And I sent it to her and we had a nice couple of email exchanges, and she has since passed away. But I really count her as a very important teacher in my life, a very important human who lived on this planet, who taught me that deep connection between literature and living.